We get to slice our own. I'm pretty close to being pretty wrong.
Jimmy, come on.
All right, 6:30, why don't we get started? Call to order, please. Provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law.
Pursuant to the requirements of the Open Public Meetings Law, adequate public notice of this meeting has been given. By publication in the required newspapers, the date, time, and location of this meeting within 48 hours in advance. By post in advance written notice on the official bulletin board of the municipal building. By filing advance written notice with the township clerk for the purpose of public inspection.
Roll call of officials present, please.
Committeewoman Taylor? Here. Committeeman Belli?
Here.
Committeeman Morano?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Lucella?
Here.
Mayor McKay?
Here. If we could have the invocation by Reverend Smite, pastor of Barnegat Bay Assembly of God.
Let us pray. Lord in heaven, we thank you for the many blessings that you bestow on us. And Lord, I pray for your blessing on our town of Barnegat through the many people that serve us in the wonderful capacities they serve. And Lord, I pray for each one of those who serve, those who are here tonight, as well as in many other areas. I pray for your blessing through them, and your protection, your strength, your wisdom, and your help to be bestowed on their lives. And I pray this in Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. And now if you would all rise to salute the flag. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Why don't we start with Resolution 2014-381A.
Resolution honoring the courage and bravery of Barnegat Township police officers that responded to the Garden State Parkway Bridge incident of October 6, 2014.
Motion to adopt resolution. Roll call. Oh, sorry. Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Taylor?
Yes.
Committeeman Billy?
Yes.
Committeeman Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lucella?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes. I'm going to read the resolution into the record so everyone understands the act of bravery that the Barnegat Police Department once again bestowed upon its citizens. Resolution 2014-381A, resolution of the Township of Barnegat, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, honoring the courage and bravery of the Barnegat Township police officers that responded to the Garden State Parkway Bridge incident of October 6, 2014. Whereas the Barnegat Township Police Department was established on July 3, 1973, in order to furnish a full-service law enforcement agency to the residents and visitors of Barnegat. And whereas, with the explosion of development in Barnegat, the department grew in response to the growing needs and demands of the community. And whereas today, the Barnegat Township Police Department is a modern law enforcement organization that has secured both state and national accreditation. And whereas the talent, skill, and dedication of the Barnegat Police Department was tested on Monday, October 6, 2014, when a report of a suicide attempt on the Garden State Parkway Bridge was received by the department. And whereas in response to the urgent call for help, 8 Barnegat Township police officers, 3 of which were off duty, responded to the scene in order to offer help and assistance. And whereas, as a result of constant training and professional enrichment of Barnegat police staff, the officers were deployed in such a fashion that they were successful with stopping and preventing the attempted suicide without any harm or injury. And whereas the Township Committee wishes to publicly recognize and commend the actions of the 8 officers who responded that day to the Garden State Parkway Bridge. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Township Committee of the Township of Barnegat, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, that the following officers of the Barnegat Township Police Department be acknowledged for their courage and bravery in responding to the Garden State Parkway Bridge incident of Monday, October 6, 2014. Number 1, Sergeant Jeff Ryan, who immediately stopped traffic on the northbound side of the Garden State Parkway so that other officers could safely manage the incident on the bridge. Number 2, police officers Timothy Bradshaw, Brett Taylor, Kyle Cranner, and Anthony Carlo directed traffic on the bridge safely around the incident so that fellow officers could focus on their work of saving this individual. Number 3, police officer Alex Hoffman started to talk to the individual requesting that they get off the bridge to safety and was joined by police officers Andrew Parsley and Brian Nagowski with attempting to talk the individual off the bridge. Number 4, while other police officers had the individual distracted, police officers Alex Hoffman, Andrew Parsley, and Brian Nagowski were able to secure the individual and pull them off the bridge to safety. Be it further resolved that as a result of the teamwork exhibited by these 8 Township Barnegat police officers, they were able to successfully prevent the suicide attempt, secure the individual, and immediately transport the individual to a medical facility without harm or injury to any involved. And be it further resolved that the Township Committee is proud of the brave and courageous actions of these officers with stopping a suicide attempt on the Garden State Parkway Bridge on Monday, October 6, 2014. We're very lucky to have some of the police officers here today, this evening. Some others are working, and we're grateful for that. But I would like to present to whom we have the 3 officers who are here. Could step forward, please. Officer Hoffman. We have a token of recognition for Officer Hoffman, certificate. Thank you, officer, so much for your help. Thank you for helping us. Officer Parsley, who assisted in the rescue on October 6th. Thank you so much. He was first. Officer Nagowski, who also assisted on October 6th. Thank you so much. The remaining certificates will be provided to the police officers. Thank you so much, Lieutenant Jermaine. Now on to Resolution 2014-381B.
Resolution acknowledging the effort of the Barnegat Junior Bengals Football Organization, and in particular Mr. Steve Cotton, for their generosity and extraordinary volunteer effort with installing the synthetic turf field at Lower Shore Road Recreation Complex.
Motion to adopt resolution?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Committeewoman Taylor? Yes. Committeeman Billy?
Yes.
Committeeman Moreno?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lucella?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes, and I will read into the record this resolution as well. Whereas the Township of Barnegat has experienced significant growth since 1980, and as a result, the demands being placed for recreational-related facilities has drastically grown. And whereas part of the role of local government is to furnish appropriate and safe recreation facilities to be used by residents of all ages of the community. And whereas the township has developed partnerships with various recreation and sports organizations in order to develop and maintain the sports and athletic fields in Barnegat. And whereas the volunteers of these various recreation and sports organizations play a vital role in the maintenance and upkeep of municipal athletic fields, and without the assistance of these volunteers, the township would experience many fiscal and operational challenges that would have an adverse impact on Barnegat. And whereas the township entered into a beneficial partnership with the Barnegat Junior Bengals football organization in 2006, which was instrumental with restoring to productive use the Lower Shore Road Recreational Complex. And whereas in 2012, on behalf of the Barnegat Junior Bengals, Mr. Steve Cotton made a proposal to the township in which a synthetic turf field could be constructed at the site at a fraction of the cost. And whereas, as a result of the extraordinary efforts of Mr. Steve Cotton and the many Barnegat Junior Bengal football volunteers, a professional-grade playing field surface was properly installed at Lower Shore Road in time for the 2014 football season. And whereas the Township of Barnegat now has a field that we can all be proud of and that will bring years of enjoyment and fun to all residents of Barnegat. And whereas the Township Committee of the Township of Barnegat, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, wish to acknowledge the hard work, dedication, and generosity of Mr. Steve Cotton and his committed volunteers for their outstanding service to the Barnegat Recreation. And now that be it resolved that the Township Committee of the Township of Barnegat recognizes and is appreciative of the following. 1. The valuable service of numerous volunteers of many sports organizations that provide assistance with maintaining municipal athletic fields. 2. The hard work of many volunteers who dedicated countless hours with installing a professional-grade synthetic playing surface at Lower Shore Road Recreational Complex. And 3. The generosity and kindness of Mr. Steve Cotton with securing at the fraction of the cost a synthetic playing field that will benefit Barnegat for many years to come. Thank you, Mr. Steve Cotton. Certificates to go along with that as well. And we'll start with you, Steve. Come on up. The man, the myth, the legend. I know everybody hears his name, but not everybody knows who he is. Voila. Oh, Deputy Mayor.
This is the first ball that he caught as a touchdown on the new field.
If I could have Rich Alexander step up, please. Thank you so much for your contribution. Thank you. Mike Diapianti. Ricky Cortez. Tom O'Loughlin. I saw you lie there. Thank you so much. Frank Posky. Jess Oblinger. James Tess Oblinger. Guys, one more time, round of applause for all the dedication. Thank you so much. Mr. Cotton, I actually thought you might have some words. If you don't, that's fine, but.
No,
without you-
absolutely. I won't even yell from that out.
First of all, I want to thank the committee for their support. I guess a lot of things got lost along the way. Obviously, there was a lot of misinformation passed as to how this whole thing came to play. For those who don't know that are sitting here tonight, this is actually the second field. We had kind of a unique experience in that because of the business that I do, I was offered the first field, which came from the Marine Corps Navy Stadium down at the Naval Academy. And we had it halfway done, and I was made an offer I couldn't refuse, which was a professional field that was 1 year old, that was presented to me. And it was a very difficult decision for me, as well as my volunteer help when I told them, hey, listen, I think we're going to do something. What are we going to do? We're going to take up the field we just put down, and we're going to put down another field. And they went, what? You're out of your mind. And I said, well, that'd be true, but we're gonna do this. So after all the painstaking process, we decided we were gonna take up the field that we had half done and do it with a field that we felt best represented what we wanted to give to the kids. Now, to clear things up, because some people said, well, who gave the field, who did this? I gave the field. The field was my field that I could have put anywhere in the Northeast. But because this is my community and my kids, and these are all my kids, it had to come here. So it was, where's Mike? Mike wanted to kill me when I said I was going to take it back up. But Mike, all the volunteers were up here. It was a painstaking process. And just so everybody understands, because I know there's a ton of rumors, so some of them I'd like to clear up. First of all, Mr. Breeden and I had some mixed words over it, and I will admit it, because I turned around and the field, when I said I'm going to take it back up, Dave, I need some help. Dave, can you pay to help me bring the field down here? Dave said, no, we can't do it. We financially can't afford it. And Dave will also tell you that I said, fine then, Dave, I will do it without you. And based on some friends that came forward and said, hey, listen, what can we do to help you? We transported the field down here, and we did this thing. To Dave's credit as well as some of the board members may not even know, when we first started this project, one of the questions became, okay, we'll put the piping out to bid, we'll go do these things, and Mr. Breeden can attest to the fact that I said, no, we can do those things. Why burden the taxpayer with those dollars? So a lot of the things that were done down here, people don't know because of the rumors that pass around. So I just wanted to clarify that, as you said, it really is a combined effort between the volunteers, and these are things that we wanted to do because we wanted this type of a place for our kids. Quite honestly, we can't, on what we had, we can't hold tournament games. We couldn't have any even if we were the championship, we couldn't have championship games at our facility because AYF, the organization we belong to, will not let us unless we have a facility like that with a synthetic field and all the other things that I'll ask for later, which is, restrooms and concession stands and lights and all of that stuff. But quite honestly, this was the first step, and without this, and without the support of this committee, we could not have done it. So my volunteers, these kids, we all thank you because it's really theirs. And as those up here obviously know, this was not all about football. This was about being able to build a field that lacrosse can play on, other teams can play on. And much to my chagrin, when the first week we built it, the president of our league got a call and said, hey, listen, we got 2 guest teams that want to play on your field. I said, no, that's just wrong. Nobody ever wanted to play on the other field. The weekend we opened it, they said, listen, we got 2 guest teams that like to play on your field. And one of our big pitches has always been, listen, if we build something like this, it's not only for our community. It helps everything as far as businesses and everything else, because now people are coming here, they want to play here. They'll hang out, it's a place they want to hang out at. You know, I will honestly tell you, they never said that before. Nobody wanted to come. We didn't want to play on it, let alone have anybody else play on it. So I considered it a great compliment that people immediately wanted to play on it. And again, without speaking any further, we appreciate your support. We'll come knocking for more, I guarantee you. But understand that we are also committed in doing our part. We're not looking for a handout, and I think we've proven that. So, thank you very much.
Yes, Billy.
First of all, when my son was small, I was a volunteer and did the same things that you guys do today, and it's very much appreciated. Number one, the first layer is those guys that put a field down, took a field up, put a field down. Steve, thank you. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for everything you've done for this community. It's beautiful. We got some aerial views we took. You know I've been there, was there on opening day with a couple of committeemen here. It was fantastic to see how happy the cheerleaders, the kids, everything. This is the beginning. This is just the beginning for Barnegat. We need to do baseball fields better. We need to do other things for kids in this town. We're way behind, guys. Let's open it up. Let's get it done.
Thank you, Steve and Billy. Pressing on, yet something else to celebrate, Resolution 2014-382.
Resolution marking the 350th anniversary of the state of New Jersey.
Motion to adopt resolution.
So moved.
Roll call.
Committeewoman Taylor?
Yes.
Committeeman Billy?
Yes.
Committeeman Morano?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Lucella?
Yes.
Mayor McKay?
Yes, and you'll note to the side, we have some cake and coffee to celebrate the anniversary of New Jersey, so please help yourself. And you don't have to wait for the meeting to be over. Resolution 2014.
All the kids are looking at the cake, right?
Go get it,
Go
kids.
get it,
Go
Dad,
get it.
go! Dad, we don't want to take it home, come on. Get it.
You can have these, okay?
Why don't we take a 5-minute recess so the children can enjoy the festivities over inside? Reconvene then.
Yeah, one at a time, okay?